And he's obsessed. He's obsessed. He can't control it.
With what? Like screens?
Shadows, lights in general. Like, I don't think he can really see that well. He licked the paint off of all my cabinets. And like, you would see little parts on my cabinets. You'd be like, what happened there? And I'd be like, yo, I don't want to talk about it.
Like just through persistence.
Through persistence.
Like erosion.
I am convinced.
Yeah, he can't.
At this
stop.
point, he will bring me a shadow one day. Because he is so persistent that I'm like, he gonna drop it off to me. I'm like, what the fuck? This is amazing, Nike.
Do you have pets?
I have no pets. I don't have a backyard. That's a clutch. Like, look at this dog just kind of walked outside and did his own thing. Like, that's luxury. So I don't have that.
Whoa, you gonna make me act like I'm living a life? No.
Please.
No.
That's an indisputable fact.
No,
indisputable
it's not.
fact.
I bullied our last guest last week because I kept calling him rich. I was like, you're fucking rich. And it made me feel good about myself.
Who was the last guest?
Our friend Keith. He's from BuzzFeed with me. He's on the Try Guys.
Oh, okay. He's rich.
Yeah, but he's also.
Well, they're doing so much this year. They're doing a tour.
Yes.
They're doing a book. They're doing these videos
I don't know
every
how
week.
rich he is. He's just white and doesn't care about anything, and that's a level of rich that I hope to make it to.
Yeah.
Not the white part, but the not giving a fuck about anything. I'm like, shit. If I can make enough money where I don't care, oh, that's amazing. That's
but
luxury.
Keith has always not cared.
Yeah, no, touche. I can
poor,
tell.
he just doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
What makes you care? What do you care about? What do you want to lose the care for that you currently hold on to?
Honestly, want to lose it.
I already like where we're going with this episode.
It's more that like the shit I actually care about is just it's organic to who I am and where I come from. Like I just grew up. My dad at the age of 2 let me start dressing myself. So I've always cared about fashion because my dad let me dress myself at 2. So I've worn shit that I should not have worn. I wore shorts and cowboy boots with football pads on my shoulders, and that was a look I had for a day, and I was killing it. Yeah. And that was just something I always cared about. I cared about music, and I used to work in A&R, and I care about a lot of different things. But I ultimately do want to get into the clothes don't own me, but I do appreciate expensive cloths and things that I would love to be released. From those
from material possessions?
Not from all material possessions. I like some of the shit I got, but I think some of the stuff I'm like, this isn't needed. Like it's appeasing, but it's not needed.
So you're worried about the wrong things. You're
Hilarious.
worried about the wrong things.
I don't know if I am though. I feel like that by you knowing and you being self-aware and knowing exactly like, okay, I don't need this shit. I want it. I think that's half the battle.
Yes.
Right there is you not really feeling owned by these materialistic things. Like, oh, I'm not owned by the shit. Like, because I've been fly my whole life and I ain't had money my whole life. So I understand how to dress as a broke nigga too. Mm-hmm. But I think that, you know, when you make it to a certain level and you accomplish certain things, you did enjoy the fruits of your labor. You're like, yo, I put in work for certain shit. I do want to buy some of the stuff I wouldn't have necessarily bought back in the day. And you know what? This silk feels different. Shit. Is that a welcome to Wine and Weed?
Oh, all right. Yeah.
The silk feels different.
The silk cloth talk.
That's a good episode title for this.
The silk feels
The
different.
silk feels different.
Welcome to Wine. I don't even do this anymore, Chris. This is your thing now.
No, hey, you're doing it. You go.
Welcome to Wine and Weed. As usual, it's your boy, Sterling Steelo Brim, a.k.a. That Dude, a.k.a. Is That a Third Leg? No, that's just me. A.k.a. Mandingo Lover, a.k.a. Skateboard Steve, a.k.a. S to the B, Turn Your Best to Debris, a.k.a. That Nigga. Have I said that one in a while? And here with me, as always, Chris Reinecker.
Hey, I'm Chris Radiker.
That's all you get?
No, he has to do his own.
Oh no, I got AKAs, AKA the clean shaven Maven.
Okay. Hey, he's
Might
got
be
new
better
ones
than
this
mustache
Let's
Maven.
go then. Talk that shit.
I just came from the spa. Someone say AKA the mayor of self-care.
Okay. Oh, he came prepared today.
AKA he came prepared.
I like it.
AKA your new baby's daddy.
Yes, sir.
This is we're not sure what this means, but this is the AKA I was given
It
to
can
by
mean
the
whatever
people.
you want it to mean, though.
Oh shit. AKA the conductor of fun. AKA
Conductor
The
of
connoisseur.
This is something I was called before in my life.
Who called you the conductor?
I was
of
at
fun?
Burning Man. Somebody was like, "You're the conductor of fun," AKA the sound of summer.
Okay.
The sound. I like the sound of summer. That's a bar, fam.
That was the best compliment I've ever gotten. Was from some girl in Europe. She was like, "Your voice sounds like summer."
Oh,
And I was like, that is the
and
best
you didn't
compliment.
smash?
All right.
You didn't do your job.
I didn't say that.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Did I say that? Yeah, I like that.
That's as far as we
AKA,
go.
here's the thing about AKAs is I like to not prepare them and do them based on what's going on in that week.
Okay.
You know?
Oh, so you hating on us? Cool. We
No,
got it.
no. I'm just saying that's my approach.
Okay.
Because I feel like last week when Keith went, AKA, I mean, Keith was fantastic.
He was fantastic.
But he also did his resume. You know what I
He
mean?
did do his
And
resume.
instead of doing my resume, I like to do what's happening
So you
that
not only
week
hated
with
on
me.
us, but you gonna hate on Keith.
Dude,
from
fuck
last
you
week.
guys.
Cool.
Fuck Keith.
We got John
AKA.
Ross as
What's
usual.
up, everybody?
The
It's me.
AKA King. Let's start with that.
I'm
Yeah.
John Ross, aka the AKA King. I'll take that. AKA the Facts Guy.
Yeah.
AKA Brown Peter Griffin.
Yup.
Spider-Man's best friend. The gorilla in Manila.
Yeah.
The nose that knows. Big sexy with the glasses.
Big sexy with the glasses. I see you play. That's it. I feel like you went through like 4 this week. man.
Also, John, I love your shirt.
Thank you. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Very
Spam
good.
Man.
A
Yeah.
callback.
A callback.
A callback from
Callback
last
for
week.
sure.
Have you ever eaten spam?
I was actually just gonna say I was just listening to this podcast that said the pumpkin spice spam, but it's this shit right here that I was listening to. So yes,
Yeah,
there
yeah.
we
And
go.
um, we have a guest with us this week.
That's right.
Woo.
Let's give it up for that.
Yeah.
Shan Boody. Do you go by Booty or Boudry?
I do boudram. I do
Boudram.
booty just for social because it's so much easier.
Yeah, it is. Booty is
pho-
always
it's
easier.
Phonetically, it's for my last name, not my anatomy. I like to manage expectations, though, just to be clear.
And
Exactly.
you are your title is a sexologist.
Correct. Yes.
Sexologist. You know, we about to get into an episode today, y'all. Okay, because she came prepared. And you have your own show as well. You give your show a shout out. Do all your talking to the mic.
I
Do it
don't.
to-
I don't have a show.
We
You
got a
don't,
channel.
But you have a
I
channel.
have a channel.
That you
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
Yeah, you're an author.
You got
You
people
have a
on-
YouTube
yeah.
Yes.
channel.
You do a lot.
You've
Believe in
been on a
yourself.
lot of
You do a
shows.
lot.
Promote yourself.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you got a show on the way. Who knows?
Right. I mean,
I'm pretty sure.
I refer to myself as the Walmart greeter of intimacy. And by that,
Ooh.
I mean I want to get the average person excited about the sex, love, and relationship space. My goal is to get somebody who never thought about knowing attachment theory and pegging and orgasm recipes, never knew these things, and now they know it, and their life is completely changed and transformed. So
Wow.
I'm
Okay,
after
so
the Midwest
AKA
moms.
the say that again.
The Walmart greeter of
Okay.
intimacy.
AKA the Walmart
Hey,
greeter of
you know what?
intimacy.
I'm glad. My severe anxiety with this going around, I'm like, please do not ask me to do this AKA
I was
shit.
going to ask you.
I was definitely going to
You nailed
outsource.
it, though. You
that
got
was great.
one.
Thank
That
you.
was a great one. Yeah. And we're just excited to have you here.
I'm excited to be
We
here.
had people were writing me and they're writing in the comments, you need to have Shan on the show. Your show ain't shit without Shan. And I was like, damn, I thought we was doing well. But fuck it. I was like, I need to hit her up and let her know we need on the show. So I hit you immediately and you were so gracious and so amazing. I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'll definitely do it. And I was like, oh shit. Didn't think it would be that easy.
Do you
So-
have people who don't want to come on this? Does that happen?
No, not really.
There we
No,
go.
everybody that's come on so far has just been our friends. You're probably our first
Non-friend
person that-
guest?
Yeah, that we didn't
Stranger.
Don't really know. Our first stranger in my home, which is always interesting and it's weird. So everybody else I've had on the show so far has been like either a friend of mine or a friend of Chris or John. We're like, okay, we'll bring you on the show. But I'm excited to have you here.
We're going to do a little bit slightly different of a format today. We're still going to do the regular show. We go over the stories of the week. But then we also asked you guys, the audience, on Instagram for some questions you have about
Yeah.
sex and relationships, and we're gonna go over them and give some opinions. And I also want to ask you more questions about what you just said there at the beginning. But we'll dive into that a little bit later.
Oh, okay. Wrigley, I feel, is like being very specific. Like, I only wants to love the way, like, and that she wants to be loved. I'm saying, come up here and I'll pet you, and she's not accepting the offer.
Yeah, Wrigley's interesting.
But now getting pissed at me because I'm not like wanting to reach over. It's not, you know what I mean? Like, let's.
she's a bit of a diva.
Sometimes you got to take it into your own hands and grab Wrigley, and then she'll be happy.
But
when
she was
she's
giving
up
me the
there.
bottom teeth. I don't know what that meant.
You know, she's a diva. She's a little prissy. Like, Nucky, you know, he lived with me in an apartment. He came from humble beginnings, and Wrigley kind of inherited all this bullshit.
Yes.
So she just be, look at her. She's
She
like, get
likes
the fuck
laying-
off my chairs, everybody.
She likes laying in the sun. She likes laying under the
She
grand
really
piano.
She really does. She
lives a
have a
bougie
little
life.
sand pit outside with a little fire pit, and she lays in the sand like she's at the beach all the fucking time. I love it.
And today on Wine and Weed, aka marijuana and Moscato,
Hey, bomb bomb.
aka because that's your drink of choice is Moscato. That's the
Moscato
only.
is the only drink that I will sip on. So
Okay.
How did you land on Moscato and never land on anything
It's a
else?
good starter.
it's
wine,
the only
though.
tasty one.
Did you try other ones and you were like no, or were you like, are you the type of person who's like, this one's for me, and that's what I'm sticking to?
No, I'll give it a whirl. I mean, I'll give anything like a little, I'll try it.
What was
I'm
that sound
not.
effects again? Okay, yeah. Okay, that was good.
I'm not a fan of the taste of alcohol, so I don't drink.
No one is.
Some people are. Some people like it.
The person that's a fan of the taste of alcohol is what we call an alcoholic.
Okay.
And that person should be checked immediately.
I don't know. If you go to a whiskey bar, like a whiskey bar, you can taste some whiskey that I don't know how to describe it other than it tastes really good.
I know how to describe it. We
You coulda
described
just
it
said
with
delicious.
Intervention. Chris is an alcoholic. everyone.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what's
I
going on.
disagree with the theory that if you like the taste of
I saw your face
alcohol,
when I said it.
I'm not saying I like the taste of like Papa vodka or something like that. I'm saying I like the taste of like you like pop.
Yeah.
All right, John.
What is that?
It's time for an intervention with
It's
John.
a cheap vodka. Like I've tasted vodka's my favorite, so that's
It
why.
is
You drink vodka?
Vodka,
It is an
yeah. I like
$8
What,
handle
you a
of
prissy white
vodka.
bitch? You
Oh, 'cause,
drink
well, it's the only
vodka.
thing I can drink on keto.
Oh, there you go. Which one?
Oh.
Tito's?
Doesn't matter.
Oh, you can drink all of
There's
them?
no sugar. There's no.
You know, Ciroc is actually a healthier
AKA
vodka.
Tito's on keto.
Tito's on keto. Hey.
So you can get in the new Speedo.
Hey.
I see you. But yeah, we're drinking as usual the thought drink of the century, Whispering Angel.
We
which
gotta
is my
get a
favorite.
sponsorship from Whispering Angel by now.
I
you know?
love
We gotta
Whispering
reach
Angel.
out. We're drinking Whispering Angel Rosé, and we're smoking some.
We can do Connect or we can do Create. Which one you want, player?
I feel like Connect sounds. That's what we're trying to do here, right? That's what we're trying to do.
Well,
throughout
then why
our
you got
whole life.
Create in
Creating
your
a
hand?
podcast.
Shit. Go Connect right there.
Yeah. What?
We're creating a podcast.
Like, I'm guessing there.
Oh, this one is Create 307.
Oh,
there
okay,
you
so
go.
maybe there's like a
There you go,
304.
player.
Connect 314.
Ooh.
413. Excuse
I
me.
don't like this. Is like dehumanizing.
I don't like it
these
either. I like you give me some
This is
like
batch
Alaskan
416.
Thunderfuck.
So y'all want some weird ass names with your
Skunky.
weed.
Yeah.
But the weed's amazing.
Skunky James.
Well, I guess that's
Brown.
what really
It's
matters.
really good.
It is.
Yeah, what if the name's really
It
good?
is. I'm not hating on Candescent. I just like, being like, oh, there's a sour diesel. You don't know what we're talking about at all.
I don't at all. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why.
you're not smoking with us today. You're just drinking with us. That's fine.
It's okay. I'm observing though.
Yeah, no,
Thank you.
we're big fans of like, don't do it if you don't want to. What do you think?
I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Yeah.
I do like thoroughly appreciate you saying you don't like it. Because I was like, she gonna fake it no matter what.
Oh, I
Like,
guaranteed
like
was
it.
not going to fake it.
Oh, no, no,
I already made it very clear that
I-
I drink Moscato only, and then you pushed this on me.
I didn't. Whoa, whoa!
I said to you.
Everyone, slow down there, podcast lane. I didn't push anything, Lord. I could Postmate you a Moscato right now.
Whoa.
But I'm happy with this. I'll sip
You're
on
not
this.
happy
I'm
with
not,
that at all. You
I'm-
just told me you didn't like it.
But I'm happy that you tried. I'm happy that this makes you
didn't really
happy.
try,
It's a lovely color. It goes nice against the decor. It goes well with my outfit.
It matches
It
So
does go with your
Wrigley.
outfit.
it
look.
does go.
But I will be honest, I did not try because I could have simply hit you up and said, "What do you drink
Could've.
if you drink?"
You
So I
could've.
can do that right now.
You know, we're
what? I
learning.
feel
You know,
bad.
we're learning.
I'll make sure I get.
Is there
you
a way to
Moscato.
Postmates alcohol?
What? I don't
Really?
leave the house if I don't have to. I literally will fucking play a video game, break my controller, and Postmate a new one.
Oh wow.
Like, I don't go anywhere if I don't have to go anywhere. Crazy? No, I'm joking.
I think the
Postmate.
weirdest thing I've Postmated is a computer mouse.
It's not that
That,
weird.
yeah, I remember when you postmated that.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty adjacent to his story.
It is. I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
And I Ubered you a hard drive once, which is like.
Oh, I do that all the time. I
okay,
Uber
okay,
shit all the
gotcha.
time. But you got
I-
it depends on what you're Ubering. Depends on like which car you get.
Oh, right.
Because
okay.
if you gonna Uber some expensive shit, you got to get the truck and you got to go holler at them real quick and be like, "Yo, fam,
Yeah.
listen here, I'll fuck you up if this don't make it to the destination, I'm just give you a heads up right now. But if you Uber in like
I
some
get
bullshit,
a pool for my hard drive.
like fuck it.
Can have my life on there. I'm like,
Exactly.
fuck
There's
it,
enough
just
space for
Get a
sure.
pool. And like I told you before we started the show, we, instead of doing kind of like a classic interview, we like to go over stories from the week to kind of get your perspective on the world instead of just your backstory, or which I'm sure you've told a bunch of times.
You're saying your viewers don't care. It's okay.
Yeah,
no,
it's
our
okay.
viewers do care. They,
No, we just didn't want to do an interview show.
No one
like
likes to
everyone
interview
does
it.
an
No one likes the interview
show.
show.
They
I agree.
I
Requested you,
love
of
an
course
interview
they can.
show. I love Mark Maron's show, but he did it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, he did it.
It's been done.
He did it great.
Well, I'm excited for topics of the week.
Let's do
I'm
it.
excited to see what topics you guys specifically come up
believe
with.
me, this show is crazy.
Very
I get too
excited.
serious right away.
You want to smoke now or later?
Let's smoke now.
All right.
I want to laugh a little bit with my friends.
Okay.
Shan's my new friend. She's here.
You
Having a good time.
So this first one, the title is German city offers $1.1 million to whoever proves it doesn't exist.
Oh, I like that because I'm a fucking detective.
Wait, hang on. I definitely have to get high for this story. Give me a second.
A German city that's been the subject of a long-running online lighthearted conspiracy theory claiming it doesn't really exist is offering big bucks to whoever proves that's true. Officials in Bielefeld said Wednesday they'll give 1 million euros, which is equivalent to $1.1 million, to the person who delivers solid proof for its non-existence. They said that there are no limits to the creativity for entrants, but only incontrovertible evidence will qualify for the prize.
What is the definition of incontrovertible?
All right, controvertible. I'm just. I mean, I'm guessing that it's like if we agree with you, it's like, all right, damn, like we don't exist.
Do you know?
Wait, I got a question.
How can you prove that something doesn't exist?
No, I have a question. Who the fuck made the statement if the city don't exist? Who is this person that's like?
Yeah, I
running
want to
They
know
were
a
saying
little
that
more
it-
about the joke.
Yeah,
that
okay.
It's based off
Let me
of.
see if I
Feels like
can-
a meme or something. That we're just
Yeah,
not
that's what
familiar
I'm
with.
saying.
German memes, not funny, just like Germans.
Oh, okay. The idea that Bielefeld doesn't exist was first floated by computer expert Achim Held, who posted the satirical claim on the internet in 1994 in an effort to poke fun at online conspiracy theories. So this guy got started really early. Even German Chancellor Angela Merkel once jokingly cast doubt on the existence of Bielefeld, which is allegedly located 330 kilometers west of Berlin.
Okay, so if we know where the fuck is that, let's just drive over there and say it's not here, y'all. Let's get this money. Come on.
Let's go.
Let's leave. The
but
show's
it
over.
is. But it is there.
The show's
Is
over.
it?
Let's just drive.
Wait. Whoa.
Chris, how are you being duped? It's not there. If the German who said it's not there?
The Chancellor,
It's
the
not fucking
Chancellor.
Merkel.
If the chancellor
Angela
say this shit
Merkel.
don't exist, it don't exist.
To me, this is like an inside joke of Germany's, and Germany is a traditionally not funny culture. So it's just kind of like.
That's true.
And they're like, remember when we made a joke in 1994? That was pretty funny. You
bring
guys
it
like
up.
the internet, right? It happened on the internet comedy. Lil Nas X. You want to?
We don't have
You wanna
Area
get on
51
this? You're
here,
good
so
at
just
the
prove this
internet.
exists.
What is this exactly?
I don't understand this.
This is all over the place. Should we move on? I don't even know how we prove this shit. Like, what? Let's just.
I
fly
don't
out
have
there.
enough German information to participate in this conversation.
I don't think we need German information. I think we have access to planes. We can just fly to Germany.
But it might
might
be
be a
like a
loophole.
stipulation on like their legalities of like municipalities, like how they're created. So perhaps it's like
Ooh,
never
that's a way in.
officially.
Okay.
Yes.
That's a way
100%.
in to prove that it doesn't exist.
Yes.
But who is this person making this statement, though? You
Yeah,
said German city says if you can prove, like, who the fuck is their representative?
I think we can sum this up for like Germans aren't very funny.
It just says officials in the city. So I'm guessing
Germans
people that work for
officials.
the
Like-
city, the mayor perhaps.
What mayor if the city don't exist? Who
Okay,
the
let's
fuck is
let's
that?
try to Americanize it. Is it like Roswell and aliens? Is that the thing? Like the way that we have this like inside joke that Roswell
Yeah.
has aliens, they have this inside
Yeah.
joke that this town doesn't exist.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it's like this is their Area 51.
I feel like it's like a desperate PR move to be like, remember when
Come
there was
visit
a
our city.
joke
Yeah,
about
everybody
us?
flies out there just because my dumb ass doing first fucking flight out there.
You're rich ass.
Please
yeah,
don't.
who has a disposable income to see just for fun, not for the prize money, just for the fuck of it.
Are you crazy? I am going only for the prize money. $1.1 million to fly and see Germany anyway?
Yeah. It's like, can I get a flight to Belfast?
It is a pretty
Where?
good, rich
Exactly.
person expedition to be like, ooh,
It is.
I'll figure it out.
Look, this is how crazy it is.
It's like a rich person's escape room.
I'm not. Look, I'm not rich, but I'll also say I am off from filming next week, and I've been looking for somewhere to go. I may fly there, guys.
All right.
I'm just letting y'all know right now. How far did you say it was? From where?
From it is 205 miles west of Berlin.
Okay, done.
Well,
Oh shit! I'm gonna be in Berlin. Swear to God.
Oh wow.
I'm gonna be in Berlin anyway. Oh fuck! This is amazing.
Oh,
really?
shit.
I swear to God.
okay, well then you have to go to see
I'm
if
gonna
it
be in
exists.
Berlin next fucking week in a week and a
Wow.
half.
And Sterling, we'll cut this part out, but just do a video where it seems like it doesn't exist.
Yeah,
and then we'll get proof.
and I'm gonna get the money, and I'm not giving y'all any. Thank you, John, for bringing. I'm joking. What a piece of ass.
Wow, I thought
No,
it was gonna be for your
No,
Ryan
of
Lee.
course I'll make sure I split it up because John brought the article. Chris, you
Oh, I
didn't
mean, I
do
appreciate
anything. Shan, you didn't contribute.
I did
Me and
contribute.
John will split it down the middle. That's what's
Yeah,
gonna happen.
50-50, and then
I feel
the
like
rest.
me probing you by calling you rich was like, no, I'm not rich, but let me actually reveal that I truly
Shan
am
makes
rich.
a fair argument. She's back in the
Yes, thank
conversation.
you.
Chris, you are still out.
I'm supporting you though. I'm like saying,
Don't like
yeah.
it. Don't like it. Could have had
I'm,
a
like,
stronger
being,
approach.
like- I took my earphone off and I gave you like a thing like a secret.
That wink really did push me toward the flight. I'm easily convinced. Oh, your Moscato will be here in 3 minutes.
Wow. I'm very impressed.
Look, I don't play that.
Why don't we
if my-
non-specific
I'll
terms
take a
like
full
this?
glass. I will. Yeah.
Well, welcome officially now to
Yes.
Wine.
Yeah, we back. Yeah, we back.
It is sparkling, yeah. Cheers. Delicious.
Hey,
It's quite
there we
nice.
go.
It's
There we
really
go.
quite
Go.
nice.
We're back in.
Look what happened.
Laura Spencer apologizes for mocking Prince George's love of ballet on Good Morning America. Prince George is back in school.
What?
Prince George is back
How
in
old
school.
is Prince George?
And he's 6.
Okay.
Yeah. And during a segment on Thursday's Good Morning America,
Continue, please. I'm sorry.
anchor Laura Spencer detailed the royals' new curriculum. Young Prince George, just 6 years old, heading back to school like so many kids around the world. But unlike other kids his age, it sounds like the third in line to the throne is in for quite a demanding year, said Spencer. In addition to the usual first or second grade things like math, science, and history, the future King of England will be putting down the Play-Doh to take on religious studies, computer programming, poetry, and ballet, among other things. Spencer paused after saying ballet as colleagues, including George Stephanopoulos, could be heard laughing in the background as a photo flashed up on the screen showing
That's
Prince
so
George
mean.
lying in the grass with his mouth agape in a laughing pose. Spencer quipped, "He looks so happy about the ballet class." Prince William says George absolutely loves ballet. "I have news for you, Prince William. We'll see how long that lasts."
Look, I'm gonna tell you
What
right now.
the
I'm gonna tell you right now. We live in different worlds, Chris. I thought it was quite fun. I thought it was great news to fucking make fun of this kid for his ballet. I thought it was
Oh,
hilarious.
that's why you were. I'm like, why are you laughing?
I'm laughing because I'm like, imagine that we live in a fucking world so sensitive that we can't chuckle at the thought of a 6-year-old dude doing ballet. Like, that's funny. He's not fucking bullying the person. It's funny, man. Like, I just think that we're in such a sensitive time that people make everything into news. This isn't news. This person was doing their job and they laughed at the thought of this little boy that's doing ballet. So what? He's not making fun
Theater,
of him.
Chris, please
Yeah.
enlighten.
Well,
Whatever.
As
I wanna
as a
hear you
young
enlighten.
thespian.
I will definitely enlighten. I have a few different points.
Chris is pissed for this little kid.
No, I think that's fucked up. I think they basically just went like, gay, like on Good Morning America.
Is that
That's what they just fucking did.
No, they didn't say gay.
What they
They
did.
didn't say gay.
They did
They
kind
didn't
of.
say gay.
Yeah, I heard it.
But they did say ballet. And I'm,
Yeah,
I'm
well-
fine with that. That's funny.
But ballet is also like a super classical art.
It is.
And he's the fucking king. He's
It
in the
is.
royal
Yeah.
family
It
of
is.
England.
Super
It's
normal.
time time to break. It's time
ballet.
to break. It's time to break traditions.
No, it's
the
not
little
a
nigga
tradition.
need to hoop. You ain't never heard of no English prince playing basketball.
Yes.
We need to switch the shit up. Traditions are meant to be broken. He ain't got to do ballet no more. They're
That would
forcing
unite.
that little 6-year-old into ballet. He ain't excited about ballet.
Well, maybe he is excited about
He's
ballet.
excited because he don't want his dad to get mad at him. He like, yo, whatever.
So you think the dad's pressuring him in some kind of reverse alternate universe?
Yeah.
Instead of it being
This
America
isn't-
and football, it's Britain and ballet.
No, this is not about.
Listen,
well, this
mate.
is in England, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. This isn't about like his dad's not gay. His dad it's not that. His dad is just like, yo, this is some posh shit. Ballet has been passed down from generation to generation, and you will continue our tradition of ballet in this house. That's the pressure.
This
he's
is fan
getting.
fiction.
I like it.
This is not based on any
Oh, wait,
facts.
I saw Princess
you don't watch
Diaries.
this show, do you? I make up bullshit stories every week.
Yeah.
As long as you know.
Well, you just
He's the
gotta,
detective,
you gotta
like,
try
he
to
pieces-
see behind the scenes to what really might be going on. Like, my question is, do they even exist?
What?
You mean England?
I don't know. I think kids can do ballet.
Kids can't do ballet. No.
Would you laugh at a 6-year-old girl doing ballet?
Listen, I don't have an actual problem with him doing ballet. Let's start with that. I just think it's that I have a problem with us as a society having a problem with someone chuckling at something. So what? That person's immature in that moment. I get why they're making the joke.
You don't
I
think it's
get the
toxic
joke.
masculinity?
Not for me. I think that we need to stop being so sensitive. I'm like, yo, I get it. Do fucking ballet. I dance. I love to dance. I do all kind of shit. I care about fucking fashion. Guess who lives in that space? A lot of homosexuals. I don't fucking care. I'm cool with all of that. I don't like. I'm not judging the kid for doing ballet. I just think it's funny that those people are adults and that do a real professional job, like Good Morning America. And throughout all of that, there was still like a chuckle of immaturity. I think that's funny, and I don't think they need to fucking apologize for it. That's just me.
Do you think they need to apologize?
Absolutely. I mean, I understand. This is the thing. Like, at the end of the day, it takes a long time. Change is a slow eroding process. It's like how rocks turn to sand. It's not quick. And so when she's probably in her 50s, 60s and grew up making fun of dudes who were cheerleaders, making fun of dudes who were painters, she grew up in that gay culture. And so now as an older lady, that thing still slips out. But at the end of the day, it is toxic masculinity. She is putting this like gender norms on what ballet is, because 6 years old and ballet is the perfect time. Just because he's a young boy doesn't mean that he can't have an affinity for it or a love for it.
He's being pressured into this.
He's
Remember
not being
this.
pressured to do ballet. I promise you. I promise you.
Just remember,
I think he might. Well, I mean, I don't know. I was like pressuring him doing piano lessons when I was
We
a
don't
kid.
know, but we don't
We
know.
don't know.
I don't know.
But I mean from the standpoint that it's like a British cultural norm where it's like boys must do ballet. Just
No.
like in
But
Didn't they
America.
also go ballet, and he seems to like the ballet, and they
Yeah,
laugh?
the person that wrote the article,
because
yeah.
he did like he was like, no, I really like ballet, and they were like, he likes it. They were like, he's not doing it, he likes it. Which is like,
Oh god!
who the fuck cares?
Oh god, they're pieces of shit.
It's fucked
But,
up.
like, that's-
He's 6 years
But
old.
this
Let
is
him
what I'm
like what he
saying.
likes.
Just so no one out there gets this confused. I agree, they are pieces of
Yes,
shit.
yes.
I just think it's funny that it's like this article doesn't matter. They shouldn't have to apologize for this, but I get it. I get why they have to apologize, but I also am like, we're being too sensitive. We're being too sensitive. Have to make a public fucking announcement and apology for chuckling at the fact that some little boy likes ballet.
What if
Is
it
it
was-
fucked up? Yeah, but that's not apologizing worthy. It's not apology worthy.
What about a little girl playing football and they laughed at that?
I love it. I love it.
You would think that was cool?
I would let my daughter play football.
Yeah, but you would love it. But imagine your daughter's playing football and she loves it, and she's the only girl on the team, and she's going past all these different social norms to try to make her way in football.
Is she good or is she just on the team?
She loves it.
She loves
No,
it. It doesn't matter.
I asked
She's
you
six.
a question,
She's
Chris, and you
6.
answered that bullshit.
It doesn't matter.
Is she good or is she just on the team?
She's your daughter,
We're
Sterling.
not here to
She's
take
fantastic.
up space, guys. We are not here to take up space. We are here to win. Okay? If she is really,
Now we're getting into different elements of Sterling's parenting.
but if she's really good and she's on the team, I'd be like, you can't laugh at my daughter. She's really good. If she sucks and she's just there. All right, I'm laughing at you too. Let's move on. Okay?
Really?
This isn't your sport. She's not good. If she's not good, why am I forcing her to get bullied and she's not good? Let me stop you from
Because she loves it.
Because she loves it and she's 6.
Look, nobody likes
Right?
that. What position does she play again?
She's the corner.
She's the cornerback? She's got to get some interceptions. I'm not. This is ridiculous.
She's got to get her stats up.
Real shit. Don't come to my house without fucking.
I mean, when she was 5, this is okay, but she's 6
She
now.
is 6 now. What are we
She's
talking
got to
about?
get her goddamn
No,
stats
if she's
up.
really being bullied, I'm definitely going to stand up for my daughter and be like, yo, don't bully my fucking daughter. But again.
And do you think they should apologize for saying that?
No. She got to toughen the fuck up. This is football. You asked to play football, didn't you? She asked to play football.
This is ballet.
No, she asked to play football. She asked to fucking play football. So you going like my dad would always say to me, I was like super duper duper short growing up. But like I would play with my brothers and shit. My brothers were taller and everybody in the neighborhood would be taller. And I go out there and I get hit with an elbow or something. I'm bleeding or something. I'd be like, hit me with the elbow. And my dad would be like, but you're on the court with them. You asked to be on the court with them, right? So don't complain if you're on the court with them. So if my daughter is on the field with the football team and they choose to haze her in this way, I think it's unfair. I think it's bullshit, but go out there and be better. I'm not going to fucking let you come
we
over
don't
and
know
cry
the
to me.
skill
I
set.
tried to switch that to ballet, and it was like a
It was
hard,
hard.
It really did.
hard
It
analogy
was
to follow.
super hard.
They're not laughing at his skill set. They're just laughing that he does it. And imagine that 5-year-old boy from Nantucket who wanted to do ballet, who saw this GMA lady making fun
Oh,
of
God,
the
here we
royal
go.
son, and he thought, if he can't get a break, how will I ever make a career in ballet? And then he quits and throws away his slippers that day.
Miss
That's
Shan Boody
why
is here
the
to get
story
me
is
canceled,
sad.
everyone, apparently.
No, I like it. I like having to cancel a voice on. I would counter that with, yeah, you fucking hit challenges and you just got to go, fuck those people. I'm
Yeah.
going to do what I'm going to
Yeah,
do.
but you're
That's what I
6.
just said about my daughter.
But you
man.
are 6, and they shouldn't do that to a 6-year-old.
I just
and
said that about my daughter. But
they
guess
shouldn't
what?
like normalize
But guess
everyday
what?
Americans
You know who are
to go
the most
ballet.
You know what are the most brutal motherfuckers ever? 6-year-olds. Talk to a 6-year-old. They don't give a fuck about nothing. 6-year-olds don't give a shit about your feelings. They don't give a shit about anything. You ask them a question, they answer that motherfucker. They answer it straightforward. They don't care about if you like, hey, my eyebrows look, and they hate your eyebrows. Like, your eyebrows look like, your hair looks crazy. They'll say whatever to you. You look stupid. Your outfit looks stupid. They will talk shit about you. So with that being said, just because she's being bullied on Good Morning America, no, she's also being bullied at school, or he's being bullied at school as well for that ballet. So fucking suck
He
it up.
is the prince.
Suck it up.
He's
That's not-
not, I mean,
Yeah, he's
he
not
doesn't
being
really,
bullied.
if he
He's
has
not
to
being-
deal with bullying, he's like, ha, well, I'm the prince.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
then it's
I don't know if
Is
you
he
guys have seen
homeschooled?
Richie Rich.
Is he
It's
being-
actually not like that for children.
Oh, yeah, Richie Rich.
Yes, he was very lonely.
You said it's not like that. Oh,
He's
are
very
we getting
lonely.
to Richie? They wrote that story. It was fake.
No, I'd love to dive
Based on
into
true
Richie
true
Rich.
events, I believe.
It was like Clifford the Big Red Dog. You drew him that way. You drew
No, but yeah, Richie Riches.
Quite
They're
lonely.
Richie Riches.
Of
in the world.
course,
Quite
they're,
lonely,
and they're
quite
poor
sad.
poorers too, and they're fucking lonely too.
Yes, I also watched First Daughter with Sinbad. Also very isolated.
That was
quite
First
lonely.
Kid.
First Kid, excuse me.
It was a son.
I'm giving it the 2019
I
progressive
see you.
title.
Are you writing a
You're-
movie on
sorry,
this show?
this is my rewrite.
What are you doing?
What do you feel like overall people are? Also, we can dive into First Kid if you want, because I will. Sinbad diving across the mall, getting shot. Okay.
It's a great movie.
Wait,
It's a
what
great
I was
movie.
gonna ask, do you feel like people are too sensitive today? Like, obviously, Sterling believes that that's like said all the time. Do you feel like that, or do you think it's like a step? What do you think?
I think you got a lot of mouth breathers who get to share an opinion, and that's what the internet is all about. And you got to celebrate that, take the good with the bad. So the sensitivity has always existed. We're now just hearing about it, and I'm okay with it. I learned, I get a lot of it, especially in the space that I'm in. It's a very sensitive space. And so I benefit from the overcorrection because I learn and I'm a better person each day because of the sensitivity. So bring it on. I think it's all good.
I disagree. I disagree that the sensitivity has always been there. I think that now
Really?
people are like
People are sensitive.
I think, but
People are fucking snowflakes.
You don't think people were
No, no.
sensitive in their homes before, silently?
Guys, I think somewhat. I think that individuals also are like, now I have this option of being more sensitive. So fuck it. I'll turn this on. That'll be my voice, the over fucking sensitive voice.
I thought that's what's happening.
That's what's happening where people are like, I'll take this voice. Like, why not? Like, there are people on that side and they feel this way and they're being extreme in their way. I guess I'll be extreme in my way. And I'm just like, that's all I'm saying is that, hey, we need to find a happy medium. Like, don't be extreme on either side. Like, be right in the middle. Like, be fair. Be fair to shit. Like, understand that certain tweets go out and people have the right to fucking change and grow. Understand that, like, be fair. Just be a fair person. Like we'll even get into, like, real life shit about, like, whether it be allegations on someone for the sex thing or da-da-da. And I'm like, I still believe in a fair trial. I still am a person that, like, hey, yes, I don't believe that woman's lying for no reason, but I also believe that we got to take motherfuckers to trial.
That's why
we can't just take everybody's opinion as truth and be like, or they're
Sterling doesn't take a side on Jeffrey Epstein. He's just
that's a fucking lie. Shut up.
He's just like never went to trial.
Did he exist?
Never went to trial.
Did he exist? Is hilarious, John. That was one of your whisper comedian jokes. I commend you.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your real point.
But sensitivity is an industry. There's a lot of people who have become famous off of
love that
sensitivity.
bar. That was
So
a bar.
respect the entrepreneurialism.
Say it one more time for a bar. I'm gonna send it to you.
Sensitivity is an industry.
Damn, that was nice.
What do you mean? What do you mean by it? What do you
There are
mean?
people who have gotten famous off of whistleblowing.
100%.
People who have created a name for themselves off of being sensitive. And so I think people look at these opportunities, like even with this case with, is it Lara or Lara?
I think it's Lara.
Lara. It's kind of in the between of Lara and Lara.
I'm guessing. I've never heard her name. Yet.
I saw a bunch of people whose tweets went viral, right? Like that, this was an opportunity for them to like maybe start plugging their book or something else. This may have been their big moment. So sensitivity,
okay. That because also you like tap into this like community, this like tribe of people.
Yes.
And then people are like, I'm part of that tribe. And then they're like, I have these beliefs. And then it's like, now we really believe them. And then
of course.
on every side. Huh. How do you fix it?
Did you ever see that Black Mirror episode with the bees?
Yeah, I've seen them
No,
all.
not that specific.
I don't know if I've seen the bees.
The bees, where it's like the death to tweet, and then essentially they flipped it. So just say we all hate you because you made fun of people who don't wear socks, whatever. And so everybody hates you on the internet.
They're invisible socks.
Oh,
invisible.
excuse me.
How'd you do that?
We would all tweet like death to you, and then after that, everybody who tweeted death to you ends up actually getting killed by these killer bees. So people who were part of aiding in the sensitivity and like the fear mongering and like the gang against somebody else ended up in the end being murdered.
Also, death to people that don't wear socks. Let's start with that as well.
Really?
Right? Just don't wear them at all with like real shoes, like sneakers. Like sneakers, you want your sweaty fucking feet. So you're gonna judge me for putting my feet on the couch from going outside. But people who let their fucking feet just sweat into a shoe
You didn't
all
learn
day, a dirty ass
from
shoe.
this Black Mirror episode.
They're gonna kill me?
Yeah.
They're gonna
that's
kill
exactly
me, right?
it. That's
Fuck,
exactly
I
it.
didn't learn. I don't listen. I struggle with that. No,
You guys, I have
we
socks
know
on.
you do, but I
Those
know
are
people.
wonderful
Sure, Chris.
invisible socks, though.
We do. We should get into questions, right? People wrote me a whole bunch of questions today, like a whole bunch.
So when you are usually giving advice to people, like what's the context? How do you start doing this?
How do you start? What do you mean?
How did you start? Like, what is the process of becoming a sexologist?
Yeah.
I went to school for journalism to start, and then I put out a book, and then that sort of put me in the position of being like a millennial go-to sexpert. And so I then went back to school to become a sex education counselor in Canada. So the University of Toronto has a program called PsyCan, so I did it there, and then I worked there for a number of years, and then I moved out to California in 2014. And then I went to a school in San Francisco called the Institute for Advanced Study of Human Sexuality. And there I got an associate in sex ed, and then I became a certified sexologist.
Very stupid question
Wow.
that I'm about to ask, so I think you want to hear it. You don't have to have a lot of sex to be a sexologist.
That is an incredible question.
Yeah.
I often describe sexology is to sex what a nutritionist is to food versus a chef is to food. You picking up what I'm putting down here?
Say it one more time. Hit me one more time.
So a sexologist is to sex.
Yeah, got it.
What a nutritionist is to food, not what a chef is to food.
Okay.
But sex is so emotional, and a nutritionist is a scientist. Are you a Are you like, well, this is how babies are made, or are you like, here's what
So
you
you're
should
like,
do.
this is the numbers game. I haven't tried it, but this is the numbers
So
game. And
it's sexology is the science, is a study of sex as it relates to biology, psychology, criminology, erotology. Like it's more of the understanding of sexual dysfunction, paraphilias, sexual fetishes. Like so you have to have a broad knowledge of it, but I don't necessarily know what's the best lube if you want to do anal or you want to fist. So that might be more of a chef question.
Fist came out so loosely, so freely on this show.
Did you get? Do you get into like the psychology behind this fetish?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
100%.
That's where we at with it.
Yes. I'm in a human
Okay.
development course right now.
Yeah.
I'm back in school.
Oh, I got questions about myself.
I think it's so important. It's just,
It's very and so.
I cannot do this today.
But I'm very interested to have her talk to you. But I'm also trying to just understand more about. I mean, also we can just get into these questions. We can see how you answer it. But I feel like your background like is very informative.
I love
to
it.
but I
how
will.
you're
I
gonna
mean,
answer
I
the
think that if you guys have specific applicable knowledge on how it has worked best in the bedroom, that's really useful as well.
What
too.
about
Yeah.
if somebody is asking like, boundaries around sex, or they're asking like, how do I get somebody to like me, or relationship
No, we're
mixed
gonna
questions.
get into all those questions. with John.
Do you enjoy answering those?
Those
questions?
I'm good at. Where I'll
Okay,
say
cool.
I fail is if you're going to ask me like, hey, me and my partner want to try Shibari. What's the best club in LA? So those questions that are like really specific about A to B. Like
I don't know what that means
I
at
am
all.
A,
Fuck is Shibari?
and I want to do B. Like
I heard
wow.
Shibari. I was like,
Yeah.
that could be my son's name. What else? Shibari. I never thought about that one.
No, I get approached by people all the time who know far more than I do about like how to be an incredible chef, right? Like they really know
To cook it up.
to cook it up.
I'm a motherfucking Gordon Ramsay.
Okay.
Okay.
I believe you. I really
Nah.
do.
So are you like somebody who like sorry, I'm getting stuck on this. I'm looking for like an analogy. Somebody who like would study a lot of drugs, but wouldn't really do the drugs.
Yes. Yes.
Good. We got it, Chris.
I think I
That
took the
was it.
pressure off myself. I think,
was it.
yeah,
I wasn't
yeah.
being funny. That was it.
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
it. That was it. Yeah.
But you're not like, you got to try it from this guy. You're
no, exactly.
you're like, this is what cocaine does.
You gotta
and this is
try
how
it
affects
from
your
this
life.
guy.
There's
It's
actually a
hilarious.
branch of sexology you can do because again, it's like nutritionists. You can go in many different veins, many different outlets or occupations. And so a branch is called surrogacy, wherein you get prescribed by therapists to have sex with people to help them through an issue. And so there's surrogate sex workers who are, in essence, paid sex workers who work in the mental health profession.
How much exactly
Whoa.
are we talking on average do these individuals make? Because I may know someone that wants to sign up for
I
this.
only know this anecdotally. I know this from one person. So I know one surrogate worker, and she made around like maybe $80,000 a year, I believe.
You're trying to
Don't know if
get
it's
somebody to
enough for me. I
work
mean, for that
through
person.
things using sex.
Yes.
Okay, that's
that
actually
works.
Okay, I'm actually like, all right, let's. Interesting, man.
I do have
if
one
sex work was
question.
legal, we could like actually dive into all these like subsections of what the fuck sex work could be. That's interesting.
I do have one question before we dive into all the questions that John has from the people. So you wear your vagina juices as perfume?
I love how there's no segue to this.
You thought we were gonna let this show go on without me asking you?
Also, there's probably a part early on in this podcast where you say something about vagina juice as perfume, and people who have no idea what you're talking about are like, "What was that joke?"
Okay, it wasn't a joke.
It wasn't
Our
a joke.
dear guest, amazing guest. You've been amazing so far. Shan, apparently, can you tell us about this?
Yes. So really, I would describe this as it's like a fun to do, right? It is. It's like shibari in the bedroom. It's an additional fun
Again,
thing.
you've not explained
We don't know what
Shibari.
shibari
Oh, my
is.
man has looked
Hey,
up
John,
Shibari.
will
You
you
looking
read
it
us
up?
what
He already
Shibari-
got it. Take it to John. What is going on in here?
I just think
Okay,
it's
let
funny
me
if
see.
John has to read what shibari is.
see.
Even though you
Shibari.
could easily
Yeah,
tell
I
us.
can easily explain.
I feel like I'm just gonna be
Is
reading a
Shibari
description.
commonly
Yeah.
done?
No, I mean, it's just bondage. It's an artful form of bondage. It's like a Japanese prisoner-inspired version of...
A Japanese prisoner-inspired.
Version of bondage. An artsy version of bondage.
An artsy prisoner-inspired Japanese version of bondage?
I'm not into that.
Yes. You might like it. It's quite lovely. I can tell you would like it.
What, you look around my home?
Yeah, it's like it's aesthetic, it's beauty, it's art, it's sexual power play. There's tension, and it's slow and methodical. It's not
but
quick.
Like, what we talking as far as like construction, right?
Okay,
my contractor.
we have photos.
Are we putting this in my walls and shit? Like, if you look up, you like, what are those hooks for? Like, are we that deep in the game?
Yes, you could be.
But like, that just sounds like it costs money, and the next person got to be them tattoos on that first girl look good.
We're looking at like
what's that?
the Safari.
What's the IG handle? No. I mean, look, I know some of my friends that'll be into this.
You have a friend?
I know one of my dogs. This is his thing. I mean, I'd probably do it. I'd probably experiment with it, but I also feel like, I don't know. I'm just so afraid in the times that we live in sensitivity that some girl be like, he tied the left hook too tight, and I want to press charges. And you be like, whoa, you tied the left hook. I did the right, bitch. You can't just be saying stuff like that. So that's why I probably wouldn't be into this right now. This is intense.
But think about how slow that has to happen. There's a lot of dialogue that happens when you're tying somebody up in that particular way. So I feel like you would have safe words. You would check in with them.
100%. And I have to record it.
Yeah, you
Are you,
could.
when you're tying them up, it's like a role-playing scenario?
It doesn't have to be. It can just
or
be.
It's just like,
I mean, it's
well,
like.
you said there's a lot of communication.
So you have done Shibari.
Or
because you've mentioned Shibari
I have
now
done
3
it.
times.
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
Yes, I have.
Okay. All right.
I've taught like a workshop on it. So
you taught a whole workshop
I
on
did.
Shibari? Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. But anyhow, so that to say that it's not like it's an everyday occurrence. I'm not doing this every single time in the bedroom. It's something that you might do once in a while. So similar to vaginal fluids, as perfume, it doesn't mean that it's becoming like my replacement. It essentially.
So you do still wear perfume?
I do sometimes. I mean, this is the thing. With perfume is also poisonous. Perfume poisoning is a real thing. So
I feel like we got lost from the question.
Yeah.
How did this happen? How did this like?
So it's called vabbing. It's actually common. It's
called
vabbing, not
vabbing.
vaping, not to be confused with vaping.
Or dabbing.
Or dabbing.
We have vabbing.
Yes, I believe there was like a couple of comedians in New York who came up with that title for it. But it's like an ancient practice of using pheromones. Go ahead, guys.
Yeah.
Let's
No, we're immature and we're high. We apologize. Continue. We truly apologize. You're so fucking professional, and we are not. We should grow up.
I'm trying to very seriously discuss this.
I just did a V for that. I should go home. I am home. That's the problem. Continue, Shan. I apologize.
Wait, hang on. Sorry, vabbing.
Vabbing.
Yeah.
So you would take a fresh sample, maybe from your Bartholin gland, a person with a vulva.
Sure.
And you would apply that to the same places that you would apply perfume. Mm-hmm. And so that would probably be like your pulse points. So places that, emit heat from the body. So you want it to absorb and then expel outwards. Mm-hmm. But the thing with it,
straight up, like before you go out, it's just like a little.
Yes.
Question.
Okay.
How often? Because you know where I'm going with this. How often are you out? Somebody feeling your energy, talking in that ear a little bit, and he says, "Baby girl, you smell amazing. What are you wearing?" What's your response?
I don't think I've gotten that exact direct.
Really? Oh,
I don't think somebody has
so
said.
Bad.
But what if that it is?
Because I asked women,
all the
time, what are you wearing? Like, what are you wearing? Like,
well, like a pheromone is a signaling molecule that elicits a behavior on a subconscious level. So you may not even necessarily know why. It's like when you smell something, you can't stop smelling in a way, but you can't really put your finger on why you're drawn to it in that particular way. So that to be said, also too, vabbing only works when you're in close proximity to people. So when I
try babbing.
Like, what's babbing?
Just putting our hand on our balls.
Do you know what babbing
what
is not
wrong
a thing?
with this man?
But
we could just get some of our
If you
scent.
put your
Armpits.
ball
Of our
stench on
armpits.
your,
But that's what I'm
Armpits.
saying. It's the
Men
same.
in the like 18th century used to take their handkerchiefs and put it in their armpits for the day, so it absorbed the scent of it. And then they would have that handkerchief, and if they liked a woman, they would like wipe sweat off her face using that handkerchief.
oh my God,
giving
that's
that waft.
horrible.
But it would
Holy.
The
create.
18th century sounds horrible.
It was.
They would
Time of
wipe their
measles.
armpit sweat on the woman's
But it would've been
forehead to
dried
mark
by
the
that time.
territory.
I think
This
he
is
likes me.
bullshit. I think he I smell like shit. Like, no.
This is the thing. Have you guys not heard?
I understand that
Do you
when like someone's sweat is like attractive to you, when their scent is attractive, you hear people
No,
say that
body
all the
odors
time.
in general-
But it's
girls
but
love it.
if I'm gonna be honest, the 18th century thing is insane.
Yeah,
I
'cause
more understand.
the deodorant game wasn't even official then.
No.
Yeah, there's you
This
you
was
are a
real. Like, I like him.
clean person. This person is
I
not.
like him for real. Okay, he stinks, and I like the smell of it. Like, that is different than right now. Like, I put on a little deodorant before I leave the
And I can be
crib,
honest,
because they smell
that's not
good.
me against vabbing. I'm against armpit vabbing.
But you're pro babbing.
I don't know how I feel about vabbing. I
Gotta
think
give it a
we
whirl.
should try
I'm not
it,
gonna lie. You
see if
sent
it
me a
works.
scent and a thing,
Did I? Yes.
and
the
I was
laundry.
like, "Is this her vab?"
I'm actually wearing fresh laundry today. This is the thing though as well too. We've been socialized out of like your dogs, for example, love pheromones. When dogs go to mate, they sniff each other's genitals immediately. And so I feel like we've been socialized out of the smell of BO. Like we've been told it's disgusting. I think consumerism tells us that the smell of a woman's vagina is disgusting. If your smell is disgusting, I'd probably more point to health issues than your natural body odor.
Yeah.
I agree. You know, because it's gotta taste like water. But what? But she ain't even smoking. She coughing like that. No, I agree. I agree that if there is a stench there, then we need to talk about something, baby girl. We can't be just doing stuff.
I love the way I smell. I love the
You
sense
should,
of
and
my-
you should.
I
But
do.
as a man, when I play like full games of basketball, and I
But do
come
you
home,
like the smell of vaginal secretions?
I'm a freak. So I I enjoy like women. I think women are the most beautiful things that ever be invented. So or invented or created or whatever, so to speak. But like
I love the invention.
women.
It
I've
goes
got my new
women,
invention.
wheel, light
Women.
bulb.
I may have got it wrong the first time with men. Let me try this new thing called women. And for me, yeah. So I'm into stuff. So I'm into like people and smells and individuals and emotions and shit.
I understand it. I'm not against
Connection.
vabbing.
Well,
I
do you
was
like
more,
the smell?
Yeah, of a woman,
But it's gotta be the right
not
woman.
of an Uber driver, not of his fucking,
What are you
not of
spraying
an
around, bro?
armpit. An armpit. I've never been in a room with someone and being like,
You've never had a sexual
going-
partner before and enjoyed the little scent?
Yeah, of
going
course.
in sex.
Of course. No.
Well, I guess your sexual partner, yeah, but
it's whatever. It's whatever.
she has to like you first before you
whatever.
put your handkerchief
Whatever
on her.
fumes
You
or
have
whatever.
to like her.
Because you've never fucking also hung out with somebody you've been attracted to them, and then you're like, fuck, they stink.
No.
And then you're not attracted
Well,
to them.
no, yeah, of
This is the
course,
thing,
but that
I
person
feel like
stinks.
a couple of bad apples are changing the narrative for everybody. There are people who have a lot of ammonia in their sweat, which makes it stink. It almost smells like people who are climatized in very hot countries. So there are people who really do smell bad. And there are people whose vaginal secretions, you are what you eat. So if you have a bad diet that's extremely basic, you're going to, I don't mean basic like basic bitch, like
Yeah,
it's
like-
not
like
on the
pumpkin
pH
spice
scale.
latte.
Yes,
I got you,
on the
I
pH
got
scale. And you're eating a lot of processed foods, it's going to come out. So there are people, yes, who do have a bad scent. That isn't the majority of everybody, though.
Fam, when I used to have sex with girls and I was young and broke, I used to feel bad for them. Because I used to eat flaming hots and do all kind of shit that I was like, they shouldn't be drinking this. This is crazy talk. You should not be drinking this up right now. That is flaming hots. I shouldn't be eating flaming hots. And now you're eating it's been processed through me. And now, this is horrible. This is god awful. So I
love
have
that
those
empathy.
thoughts. And like as an individual, I make sure I eat great.
You're a beautiful
I
person.
make sure I eat better, you know? Gotta eat good. You know, somebody got to feel good about you.
But those guys in the 18th century were not eating good.
No, they probably were eating better than we were.
Actually,
eating.
they
were eating pretty good.
They were
They
eating
were
way
organic
better than we were
everything.
eating. Are you
You're right.
crazy?
But in
Yeah,
the
they were eating great.
50s, they should not be doing that. Oh, wow. Everything changed.
Package. I didn't read it. I went through the book. I read.
Did you get a vibrator necklace too?
I did. It's in the
Wow.
bar.
I wish you wore
What
it today
does
out of
that
solidarity.
do?
What do you mean? What does it do?
The vibrator necklace though, like, so it's while I'm eating that thing that this is helping me out. Is it helping me? What is it doing? I'm sorry, I didn't even.
It's for
Is that it?
Yes.
Let me go get it. Y'all keep talking. Let me go grab my.
What will you explain what it is? I don't know what it is.
It's a necklace. I don't know if he can. It's
Whoa.
like a
Whoa.
yeah.
Is that going right now?
Yes.
That's been going this whole time?
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
I just turned it on. You can turn it off.
Oh, okay.
So it is a 4-speed vibrator necklace. You charge it by USB, and it's a beautiful piece of jewelry as well. It's used for
styling.
clitoral stimulation, so that's
right.
what
And
you use it for.
just in case you need a vibrator. But wouldn't it be kind of weird if a guy wore a vibrator around his?
I think
Okay.
I think it's very hot if a guy wears it. I think it's very sexy. I think if he says, "I believe," I think it's very sexy.
Hey.
What's that? It's a vibrator. You're not talking in the microphone. They can't hear you at all.
I want you to picture being at a club, and then a woman comes up to you and she says, "What's this?" And you say, "Press the button," and it turns on. She says, "What?"
She knows she's gonna
I
be
say
like,
it's
"You
a vibrator."
fucking pervert."
I think she would run away from me.
No, I think
But I don't know. I think Sterling might be able to pull it off. I feel like if I did that and I was like, "It's a
feel it.
vibrator," they'd be like, "Oh my god."
Why would you say it like that? It's a vibrator.
Because
They'd be like-
that's what I would do. It's just I don't know. Okay. There are pheromones. Pheromones.
Oh,
Okay.
shit.
Here. Do you want to smell my handkerchief underneath my?
Oh, and we got-
rub it on her face.
We got different
and
modes.
then she runs away.
Oh,
Yeah.
let's talk. Let's get to. Oh my god, that was gonna fuck her up. She gotta chill out.
You
Wait,
gotta end it off by
you think I
saying
can do
it's
it?
because I believe in female sexual pleasure and I believe in
Oh.
closing the orgasm gap.
But you know,
Wow.
I would naturally say that though. Something close to that.
I love the phrase "I'm closing the orgasm gap."
That is amazing. That last part I would not say, but the first part.
That's
I
the
know.
only part I'd say. What are you doing? Closing the orgasm gap?
That is.
Okay,
Noble
well,
cause.
can I get by to the bar? Are you done? Did you get your card? Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, do we have
Right after.
questions?
Oh, yeah.
Dr. Trill.
Oh, you don't want to meet
Okay.
Dr. Trill, though.
You don't want to meet
I
Dr.
do.
He's not Dr. Phil. He's Dr. Trill.
Okay.
And Dr. Trill would give you the best relationship.
Are you going to
advice.
be
Got it.
Dr. Trill?
I could.
I feel like you just.
I haven't brought back Dr. Trill in a while, but I feel like we got Shan on here. It's her time. I want to let her talk.
Yeah, let's.
But I can throw in a
I
couple.
would like Dr. Trill.
No,
too.
you don't want Dr. Trill. He don't
No,
play that. He
you-
talk the real
I'm
shit.
interested in
Okay.
a conversation between Shan and Dr. Trill.
Dr. Trill.
All right,
Thank
we'll
you.
do one where
Moderate.
you guys can both interact. So how do I tell a new partner that they are not pleasing you without offending them?
What do you think, Shan?
I feel like this is a really epic intro to something that you're about to say. So
You trying to say Dr. Trill should speak? How do I tell a new partner that you're not
AKA.
pleasing me? Okay, so I'm guessing that's a woman.
Yes.
Because no man is going to be like, oh, I'm not coming. He's coming, guys. He's coming. But with that being said, I think she should. My problem with shit, this ain't even Dr. Trill, this is Sterling. I'll wait and get Dr. Trill. Is that you got to be 1,000 with people. Be transparent with them. Let them know exactly how you feel. Let them know what makes you feel good. He don't know unless you tell him. So you got to be very transparent and tell that man, hey, you know what? I'm going to be real with you. You was looking a little high. I need you to go down a little bit, okay? Spit on it a little more. Tell him exactly what you want from him while he's in the bedroom. If you don't, he don't know, because everything works different for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So you can't expect him. He might be bringing a trick in that worked with his last woman, and it's not working with you, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you keep it 1,000 with him. I'd rather you tell me if I'm fucking up
You said it really hot though. The way that you described the instructions was hot. It wasn't. It didn't come across preachy, and it wasn't based on you're doing this wrong. It was here's what you can do right going forward.
You ain't doing it wrong. Just do this right. Talk to him, Shan.
I go with the yuck versus yum approach. And so you could say to somebody like yuck, like the way that you lick down there, it's too rapid. It's too much direct stimulation. Or you could say yum. I love it when you kiss slowly around it and you really tease the outside of the clit. Like that really turns me on. So you have to encourage the behavior that you do like. I think a lot of times when it comes to sex, people aren't talking about it at all. They're not talking about the times that like yesterday was incredible because you did this. Like you're not getting the direct customer feedback. And so that's why the negative feedback can be a bit jarring because you're not having that constant dialogue of here's what's good, here's what can be improved, here's what I loved from last time.
I want to communicate during sex though too.
Yeah.
Like I want to definitely.
But during sex, communication is a lot of like ego, bravado, kind of almost like regurgitation of porn.
It is.
It's part of the dance.
But I also want to, it's not just my ego, it's your ego. Like I want to stroke your ego during sex. Like it's not about I'm a pleaser. So it's not about my ego. I want to stroke your ego during sex. So I want to, if I'm talking to you, it's only to make you more comfortable.
I feel like you're using ego as like a euphemism for something else when you're saying that you want to stroke someone's.
Chill, fam. No. No, I'm a gentleman. Nah, but I want to like please. So I'm definitely if I'm talking to you, it's definitely not for. It's not for me. It's not for me to feel like I'm the man doing this man thing. Like I'm chilling. It's about you. It's whatever you need. What do you need right now? And I think that's like the best approach. Like, what do you need?
And to tell the other person what you need as well. Because if you just ask, there's also this situation where it's like, is that good? Do you know, like,
I don't think it's that kind of talk during. Are you saying during sex or after sex?
I'm thinking. I'm thinking about.
I would never. Is that good?
I'm thinking about people. I'm not necessarily speaking of personal experience or where I am now.
Would you ask a girl
right now?
Is that good during sex? I'm asking.
Do you like that?
Do you like that?
Do you like that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
No, you don't do that?
I don't know if I ever asked somebody, do you like that?
I don't know if you're the pleaser that you think you are.
I think I am. I just don't think I would phrase it like that.
How would you phrase it?
I don't know. I personally don't know. It's how I'm feeling. It's who it is. It's how is it.
Do you ever do like this or that with people? I think that's
do you
also
say how
great.
is it?
No, I wouldn't
how
say.
Is it in the middle of do you say how is it?
No, I'm saying.
How is it?
I'm saying it's how we're having sex as well. Like it's gonna depend on how I'm talking to you to see if you're enjoying it. Like you know what I'm saying?
Just asked me if I ever say that. It's not like what I'm saying.
No, it's your catchphrase.
It's not my sex catchphrase.
It's your catchphrase.
Hey, I'm the do you like that guy?
Do you like that?
And I say it like I said vibrator.
Like she's like, say that thing you always say. She's like, do you like that? Do you like that?
Do you like that?
She leaves in the morning. Like that? He sleep. His fucking assistant comes upstairs, escorts her downstairs, gives her a basket, a whole bunch of merch that just says, "Do you like that?"
but then that like sours a little bit, and she's like, "I don't know if I like.
I don't like that.
I don't know if I like. Do you
he's
like
I don't
that
care
anymore? I don't know if I like. Do you like that? At one point, I thought that I like that. Do you like that? But that's actually doesn't exist.
Shit.
Sorry.
I like that this conversation ended with merch.
Yeah, you got to. Man.
Anyway, guys, buy the One Weed merch. Link in bio. Smash subscribe.
We don't even have merch yet. We suck.
Yeah, we don't. But season 2, guys.
John, what
we're gonna get.
All right.
What's the question?
Size doesn't matter. How true is that claim?
I would volley that question back and say, how important is boob size to the people in this room?
Oh, I don't care about boobs.
I don't care about boobs either.
Yeah, boobs. Who gives a fuck about
priority
boobs?
to me.
Some people do.
Okay.
Some people, boobs is it's the main event for them. Like it's what turns them on.
That's
when they
true.
watch porn, that's a category that they go to.
Good.
Dude, that's so
you
good.
led me right into that, you motherfucker. Oh, that was good. You're a professional. This is great.
Do more.
Tricks.
More sexual analogy.
What is sex? What is that?
I would say there is something that's called the C spot, which is like a cluster of nerve endings. It's around the cervix, and majority of women's cervix elongates to I think it's 8 inches when you're fully aroused. And so some men cannot hit that spot. And so a larger, more well-endowed person might be able to. Also, perhaps based on if 2/3 of women don't achieve orgasm from penetration alone. They need oral sex. But if you are part of the third who requires penetration, penis size is massively important because, or also penis longevity, how long you can maintain an erection for, because you might need prolonged contact with your G-spot or your C-spot, depending on like what gives you an orgasmic reaction. So it doesn't matter for some people. It does matter for some. If you want to go by the G-spot, you guys know it's how many inches up?
How many inches?
It's a little trivia.
Did you say
The G spot is how, like that what you just said to us?
Like how
No,
far
no.
up is the G-spot into the vaginal opening?
Not very far.
Not very far.
Like right
Yeah,
around
so
there.
it's like what?
It's 2 inches.
It's
I was
like
gonna say
2
2 inches, but I didn't want to sound stupid.
I was afraid too,
Yeah,
but
me
I
too.
was
I was
like, I think
afraid.
it's
I
like
was
when
like-
you're doing this.
I was
You
like,
did,
if I
yeah.
say
right?
fucking anything,
Thank God I haven't been fingering girls wrong all these years. Imagine just years go by and you find out you've been doing this whole thing wrong.
I can believe that.
I'm sure
I
that's
bet there's a whole
happened to a
bunch
lot
of
of
dudes that don't do
people.
it right.
Well, you could feel the difference, right? Like
Yeah.
it's a different texture.
Yeah.
It's more rigid. It feels like the roof of your mouth. So 2 inches in, majority of people have a 2-inch penis. The average penis, I believe, is like 5.2 inches.
Did
So
you say the majority of
Yeah,
people
wait, take
have a
that back.
2-inch
Have
penis?
no, did I say that?
You
I
did.
heard that.
That's wrong of me.
Okay,
So thank you
sorry.
for correcting me. The average penis is 5 inches long. Majority of people have at least 2 inches.
I see.
I hope at
2 is the
least-
min. God.
There's no. What do you, okay,
I
when
thought
you-
I just found out a
just-
fact of like a huge
So I
amount
can
of
get this
people.
straight. When you say 2 inches, are you saying 2 inches erect?
There are micro penises that would probably be around that.
Micro penises. Don't give them a nice name. Call them little dick niggas on the show. You better talk that talk.
I
You
thought
came
the-
here to talk of what shit. These little dick niggas out here.
Scientifically,
I'm
it's
joking.
chode, right? Scientifically, chode.
Is that what it's called?
A dick that's just as long as it is fat is a chode.
No, Joe, I think it's an uncircumcised penis.
Chode. Little chode. Yeah, I thought you guys knew what a chode was. I thought I was making a joke. Somebody out there got it.
I don't know what you're talking about right
Wow. You don't know what a
I
chode
like to
is?
learn.
now. A
No.
chode is an
Oh, a
uncircumcised penis.
chode. Yeah, it's a little fucking chode. I haven't heard of it. I don't
No,
think
I
about it in
thought-
real
I'm
life.
telling you
about
what
it
a
as thing.
chode is, and you continue to speak. A chode, the term chode, is an uncircumcised penis.
I always think of a small
Nope,
fucking
that's not
cartoon.
it. So you don't know what
penis.
a chode is.
I don't think you're.
Look it up right now.
Urban Dictionary.
Urban Dictionary. Where's my phone at?
But I also want to answer more of these questions rather than.
Well,
looking
I
up what
had a
chode
question
is.
answered. I didn't know what a chode was, so thank you for teaching
Oh,
me.
oh yeah, it's a.
Who, him
Nope.
or me? Who are you
It was
believing?
a joint effort.
I'm
I believe John also had a contribution to the chode conversation.
Yeah, chode is slang for a penis that is wider than it is long.
Boom,
Fuck.
boom, boom, boom.
He's right.
Yeah, I know what a chode is, baby.
Hell yeah.
Who? I know what a
That's
chode
a real
is.
thing. Nobody
Yeah,
has
you
that.
know, it's like a little toadstool.
Let me grab that shit.
Sure.
Let me grab that shit. Let me get in it. I don't know if this one's good. I'm gonna ask about it. Someone wants to understand how to get their sex esteem to be higher. How do you
Oh.
strengthen your sex esteem?
I would say, like, how do you get better at anything? You know, cooking,
You gotta fuck
basketball,
more to get
ballet.
better? I mean, to be more
You
confident?
read, you research, you enlist the help of experts, you practice on your own, you watch porn, you watch educational sex videos.
So I've been working on my sex esteem this whole time.
It depends
thought
on
it was
what
just to
kind of
come.
porn you're watching, but you know,
What
like
do you mean? What kind of porn? What do you think I'm into?
if it's you know, if it's free porn, then I sometimes it's like very male geared. It's not necessarily like inclusive.
Are you
of
saying I have to
everyone's-
pay for porn? Chris is addicted to VR porn. Let's not get into that
Stop
right
that.
now. But
When I'm down to talk about VR porn, but that's not what I want to say right now. But I am down to. My question overall is: it sounds like you were just saying that porn is good for people. Is porn good? Is porn bad?
Porn's neutral. Sex is neutral. Dating is neutral.
But you
Love
just
is
kind of
neutral.
said it'll up her sex
It
esteem.
can if you seek out the right porn. There's
what does that mean? What is the right
like
porn?
I would say porn with a paywall that is maybe even created by a woman. So Erica Lust, for example, she has like a Netflix version of porn, a porn library. She's a filmmaker. It's beautiful. It's sex positive. It's like anatomically correct. And so
Oh,
that's-
Let's
And
dive.
you're talking as if this is this person a woman or a man who's asking about upping
I
their
don't
sex
fucking
esteem?
know. I imagine it's a woman.
I imagined a
woman.
woman.
You can see.
Newspaper's a girl.
You can see what you're.
No, I see it. She's a girl. She's a
Okay.
woman.
Oh, understood. Yeah.
So, okay, I see what you're saying. But do you feel that way about
Yes,
every
100%.
every gender?
Okay.
100%.
So what is negative porn?
Majority, if you have any industry that is dominated by one type of individual, it's obviously going to skew to that person's likes and how that person experiences pleasure. So negative porn would probably be mainstream, mass-produced, free porn. Not negative, but I don't think that would be. That's like some porn is like WWE. We have to acknowledge that you couldn't do that in an actual fight.
Yeah, stepmoms don't work like that.
Right.
Yeah.
They do sometimes.
That should be a subtitle, like a warning underneath all.
Don't
Work like that.
this.
Yeah.
This is make believe.
Yes.
Please stop hitting on your stepmom.
Why do you think there's so much fucking stepmom, stepbrother stuff out there?
Because it's a repressed fantasy. Like nothing determines a sexual bond like proximity.
My parents are.
Whoa. Do you think it's that's a fantasy so much to the point where it's like one of the dominators of the porn industry?
My parents are married.
Yes.
My parents are married. And I still am like stepmom sometimes. Like for me, it's like, yo, why is there so much stepmom porn? And have I been like now sucked into this like place of like I don't want to be here.
Well, maybe it's the closest, like in terms of the Oedipus complex, that people want to have sex with their mom, but they know that's bad.
What
So
the
stepmom is
fuck?
adjacent.
Oh, this is sick.
What? I pointed at you to agree
All right.
before.
You're
said-
sick.
You might be
Not
right.
really.
You might be right. I'm not saying you're wrong.
Whoa.
You never know what
But
This is sick, everybody.
I'm not saying me. I'm saying other people.
Everybody calm down.
I have as somebody who my dad does have a long-term partner, there is no real-life stepmom fantasy going on in my
But
brain.
is your stepmom
at
trash
any
though,
time.
fam? Because if she trash, that could explain that. I think the point is having a hot stepmom and being like,
Fuck,
oh
I
shit.
just dissed my dad's girlfriend on the show. I gotta get that out.
That's the point of the whole stepmom fantasy. It's like my
But
dad
hey.
somehow got a hot one,
But hey,
and she's my age somehow. Maybe I should fuck her. That's the fantasy.
I don't
The
know.
point of it is, if you want to get more confident in the bedroom,
Yes.
you have to increase your knowledge, your skill set. You have to increase your repertoire, and be able to communicate that with your partner. And I think that you gain those tools through the same way you gain tools in any other industry.
My friend who I actually know writes me, I don't cheat. but my boy said, if you're going to cheat, there's an etiquette and rules to cheating. Thoughts?
Well, cheating is the rules that two people create, right? So if we're in a relationship, we create what the structure and the rules are. So yes, that's when it's ethical, when we create rules and structure that maybe traditional monogamy would consider cheating, but we don't because we had a conversation about it. So I feel like what he's saying is
No, he's saying
redefine the rules.
Communicate.
No, but like I think you're speaking on communicating with your actual partner. I think he's saying in general there are rules to cheating. Like if you're going to cheat, there are. I know this individual. First of all, let's start with that. Secondly, I think he's saying when he says my boy, I think he's speaking about me in
Okay.
the past. Let's start. If I'm gonna be real with my podcast, I'll be real with you guys. I think he's speaking about me in the past. I was not a great boyfriend. 2 girlfriends ago, I was a piece of shit. Horrible person. I do not like who I was, right? But I used to do this shit. I used to cheat. My rule was to myself, I would never bring my cheating to the front door. I would never allow my girl to experience pain or anything from my fucking world of I live outside. You know what I'm saying?
How did that work out?
She never found out about me cheating.
Until now on this podcast.
We actually have her.
John the Whisper Comedian strikes again. No, yeah.
We got you, Sterling.
But she heard whispers, of course, no pun intended, about you, John. But she heard whispers, of course, about me being a cheating piece of shit. All the time. She heard whispers.
So it technically did come to her front door.
It did come to her front door, but it was never specific. It was never like he cheated with this individual or this is what happened. Or no girl ever called her to be like, hey, bitch, I'm fucking your man too. Or whatever. Because everyone knew I have this girlfriend and I don't like you, baby girl. So if we fucking, we fucking. And that's all to it.
So you're just basically exploiting the system like the legal system. It's like guilty. What you're saying is that like you could do the crime, but if you can't prove it beyond a reasonable doubt, it never happened, and I'm innocent.
I don't like what you're saying about me, but it is true. Yes, I guess that's exactly what I was doing. It was me saying, yeah, like I'm doing the crime, but I know how to get around this shit. I know how to stay clean. I know that you're going to hear about me being a drug dealer, but guess what? You ain't never stopped me and I had drugs on me. So what we talking about?
So he just wants your advice, basically.
You know, he's a piece of shit for writing that. And he wanted me to get your advice on this. I don't think you have advice on this. But he was just saying, are there rules to cheating? But you're saying just don't fucking cheat, right?
Well, just redefine the rules. There's enough people. I think what's really beautiful about now is that there is this new understanding that relationships aren't one size fits all. Whereas in 5-10 years ago, even it was very difficult to even open the conversation of open relationships. But now I think that people have a bit more of an understanding of it. And so you can put it out there to somebody and have that dialogue and that not be completely foreign. So I feel like the new rules to cheating are you don't have to be a cheating piece of shit. You can just be authentic and create rules that you can actually abide by in a relationship that might look like cheating to somebody who's into traditional monogamy.
Can I ask you a question? Like a hypothetical? If the guy was like, I'd like to cheat on this girl, but I don't want her cheating on me. And was like, I'd like to define the rules of the relationship as I can cheat. But you cannot. No, that's not about Sterling. That's a hypothetical. That's how I mean, like, I think that's how a lot of people feel is like, I wish I could cheat on my girlfriend, but I don't want my girlfriend to cheat on me. Well, I'm not calling you out, Sterling. This is just how a lot of people feel. I mean, this is how I feel.
Calling me out sounds like I'm guilty, Chris.
You shook your head as if you were like, that's not me.
Hey, Sterling, I'm not telling the police that you shot that person. I'm just telling them that people do get shot are in this area. And you do live in this area. So, just throwing it out there.
Well, I don't know. Everybody wants to be able to cheat, but doesn't want the other person to cheat.
No, but I think that men...
And if you made that the agreement, is that fair? I'm actually just 100% curious. Is that fair to go, hey, one person has these rules and the other person has those rules? I'm just wondering if
it's an agreement, then it's fair, Chris.
Yeah?
Yes, if it's an agreement in life. If people can agree on something, then it's fair.
I think it's fair. I'm not against it.
But I want to
know.
I will say this much, and I'll let Shan jump into it right after this. I think that men don't have the same, and I'm not saying all women or all men. I'm saying that men a lot of times don't have the same emotional attachment when they're diving into cheating that women do. If women are cheating on you, 9 times out of 10, they really are trying to upgrade and leave your ass. They really are trying to move on. They're exploring other options before they tell you, hey, I'm the fuck out of here, okay? I've been dating for 3 months, nigga. I didn't tell you, but I'm gone now, okay? I found him. He's amazing, and he makes me smile. Like, that's what's going on. And when men cheat, they're just like, well, my dick just jumped twice.
Oh, she was hot.
My dick just said that she was cute. And that's why men, when we hear about a woman cheating, we understand what goes into that. We're like, fuck, nigga. This is deeper than I thought. Oh, this bitch is about to leave me. What is going on?
What do you do you agree with this? Because I agree with this.
I don't agree with that.
Whoa, this smile and the nod really threw me off.
She went to fucking journalism school. You gotta smile and nod while people talk to make them say fucking everything.
The wink and the gun. She was like, not at all.
I understand. I think that a lot of, the world is changing so quickly. And so a lot of our core principles on many things are outdated just by virtue of the fact that our phones are probably outdated by the time this podcast episode comes out. Things are advancing so quickly. So there's a lot more research now on female sexuality, female sexual desire that exists. There's an incredible book called What Women Want that really says that women actually do respond to sexual stimuli and do have the same sexual urges as men do. you're kind of talking to the traditional men go out there to sow their seed, and women are looking to find a husband to like nest with and to look after their child. So that exists, and I think that there was definitely a time when that was logical. But I think that people have changed, times have changed, and people cheat for the same reasons across the board. I think a lot of men, married men in particular, do leave their wives because they make a deep soul connection with somebody else. And so,
Really?
yes. What do you mean, really?
What fucking lame-os out there leaving their wives for some holy fucking...
they leave for the assistant.
No, I hate that movie because in my head, I'm like, what kind of fucking lame are you as a man to allow some girl that's okay with fucking you while you have a woman to let her trick you into being your soulmate?
You got one life to live. You got one life to live. I ain't trying to live
it with some young hoe that's going to tell me some bullshit. I want to grow old with somebody where we can both look at the same shit and be like, yeah, shit has changed. I remember when I paid $4 for gas, and now it's motherfucking $15 a gallon. This is bullshit. I want somebody I can connect with, not some little young hoe that's going to suck me dry and I'm going to be like, oh, my dick can't work. Yeah, my dick can't work because I don't need this. This is too much for me. Let me go home back to my motherfucking 80-year-old wife with my 80-year-old dick, and we live together, and it does what it does.
But this is a hypothetical version of yourself that...
This is what's going to happen. I'm going to make sure it happens.
It's what's going to happen, but it's not based on the current events. According to Chris. According to Chris.
I'm sad and shit. I'm at home alone.
I'm not saying that you're sad and alone, but you enjoy new partners.
No, Chris, did you say this about me?
Well... No, I don't know. I'm like, according to Chris, my question honestly was separate. It was more about, I feel like, I think it's selfish to admit that you would feel comfortable if I could cheat, but I don't want her to cheat. If I can get a relationship where I can cheat and you can't cheat, that sounds amazing. But is that abusive? I'm actually just talking about myself.
I think that opening up that dialogue allows you to examine why you feel that way, examine your biases, examine that fear. And that's an important gateway to finding your ideal relationship. Like, I think the worst kind of relationship is the one that you have to be a piece of shit within. I don't think you're ever going to be happy in that. So I do think that as uncomfortable as it is to explore the idea of both of you looking outside, or just one person having permission to look outside, which does exist in many relationships, I think that the payoff is in there, because in return, you get to be in a relationship where you're actually a good person and you abide by whatever the rules are.
See, but like a girl told me this like last week. She was like, yeah, my last relationship, like I knew he was going to fuck girls and stuff. So I just told him he could fuck girls and like I wasn't going to fuck anybody else. We have threesomes together and shit, but like I let him fuck girls, whatever. Cool. Sometimes I would even tell him he should fuck this girl and I wouldn't even fuck him. And I was like, word, that's crazy. All shit sounds like shit that I want, right? Like, I'm like, sounds amazing. Sign me up. But then also in my same breath, I'm like, I don't want that shit. Like, I want something real. Like, I don't know if that's real. And it's like, it's interesting to explore this concept of what's real and what's not. Because, of course, traditionally, me growing up, my parents have been married for 35, 36, 30 years, whatever. And I look at them as what's real. I'm like, yo, I got to get that one day. I got to get my mom and my dad are, their connection and them being best friends. And you dive into your parents' lives and you realize their lives are shitty too. But
right.
but like, you also are like, but they still got something real. Even throughout the shittiness, there's something real there. And myself, I ask myself what's real and what's not, because I've been living in LA too long. It fucks my head up sometimes, where I think like, it's other niggas with 2 girlfriends. Why would I not have 2 girlfriends?
You have to watch the movie Marston and the Wonder Woman, and it's about this throuple. And it's like a beautiful love story. It's based on true events about the dude who wrote Wonder Woman. And he had 2 wives, 2 girlfriends. And it was a wonderful story. I cried watching it because it was my first time seeing polyamory depicted in a positive way on screen. So everything exists. And this is the thing is that, like, that. Yeah.
Because I'm going to let my 2 girlfriends I've not met yet out there know. I'm going to treat y'all with the utmost respect, okay?
And in the end of that movie, the dude died and the women stayed together. So
of course they did. Because we've built something through my humor and intellect and my money.
And
We
you're in
feel
like a
something
throuple
real.
right now as well too. Like this is a perfect picture. You got
Well-
the 2 dogs right here.
Oh, I thought you was pointing at Chris. I was like, what the fuck are you
No.
showing?
Yeah, me, John.
I'm like, what is going on in here?
Yeah, throuple.
Yeah, no, this is my son.
You're clearly experienced at loving 2 at once.
Am I? I do like that sometimes.
I'm glad we took some questions from the listeners.
Yeah.
Do you want to do one more? You want to call it out? What do you want to do?
Oh,
You got
it's
the
me-
phone.
It's me. I'm fucking up.
Yeah.
Shit, Nucky looking at me like you want to kiss me now. Don't get me. Don't get me. I love you. I love you. Oh, daddy's boy. All right, let me read this question. Sit. No, sit.
So you think those relationships come out of being just as functional? Interesting. This whole thing is interesting to me.
Well, it's only I think it's hard to imagine because you haven't seen it depicted a billion times the way you've seen monogamy depicted many, many times over.
Yeah.
And that narrative gets pushed to the forefront. But there are tons of, like when I went to school, I met so many polyamorous older couples, like in their 60s and who were doing an incredible job at it. So I think I started to see examples of it. And like that movie's a great job. So once you start to look at it, you're like, oh, it's possible. It's also possible that it goes shit. I've seen that as well too. Like,
Yeah.
there is no golden archetype of relationship structure. There is no guaranteed perfect structure. I think we now live in a world where there's options.
I just feel like it would take so much time to be in a polyamorous relationship.
I think cheating takes time. That's
Yeah, I
so
don't-
much energy.
Oh, I'm not a cheater.
No, that's not true. Cheating
I-
a very specific way takes a long time. And I agree with you. And I always tell niggas, how are you doing this? This is too much. You're dating 2 people? Are you fucking crazy, nigga? You are investing too much in this other bitch that you do not know. But I think cheating just on some normal shit. Like, I just met this girl fucking 30 minutes ago. She talking crazy, fam. Like, I won't motherfucking blow her back out. I'm about to take her upstairs and do whatever. That's easy.
Yeah, but you're an empathetic person, so I'm sure you feel bad afterwards. And then there's the like,
What? What, to the person? Or to me?
to,
Or
no, to your
your
partner.
girlfriend?
Oh, of course. I thought you meant the person. I was like, what?
Oh, no.
I'm sorry,
Maybe-
sweetheart. But your back needed to get blown.
that's kind of this is what I'm kind of saying about polyamory is like that just feels like to maintain 2 healthy relationships. That seems you got it's a full-time job. To maintain, and then do polyamorous couples also have like kids? You're like maintaining this relationship, maintaining that relationship. Just feels like it'd be a huge part of your life.
Yeah, I mean, I think love should have a big part of your life.
Yeah.
And polyamorous people don't subscribe to the scarcity model of love, which means there's a finite amount of love I have to give. So if I love you, Chris, I can't love John or if I love John, now I got to take some love away from you. They believe like in an
okay, I get
infinite supply of love.
I get that. An infinite supply. Yeah, but you still got to maintain relationships, which takes.
Yeah, but
you
people
know.
have 2 kids. It's new, so a lot of people don't have it all figured out, and it's not necessarily. And the thing is,
Yeah.
you're creating new rules. Like monogamy is quote unquote easier. It's hard to do, of course, but
Yeah.
it's easier because you've got years and years of conditioning. You have your parents as example, and there's a general consensus of what the rules are. So for that reason, when you're in a polyamorous relationship, we're now responsible for creating a structure that we probably haven't seen repeated anywhere else. So that does take more work, but you also engineered your own career. Like what you do for a living, probably no one else has done before. You created it and it took time, but you get to benefit from that now.
Yeah, that's interesting. All
I
right,
didn't know this was
I'll
a good
become
question.
polyamorous. I'll go
Okay,
do it.
there we go.
I'm in.
I don't know if this
How
is
do
a
you
good
start being polyamorous? It just happens naturally. You like have a girlfriend, and another one comes up, or do you have to get them at the same time?
I feel like you got to announce it from the outset before
You're
you
like,
even
I'm
have.
a polyamorous person, and people are like,
Yes.
no one likes you.
What percentage of people are like polyamorous and they're like, oh, I got 2 boyfriends? I feel like that never happens.
like a woman who's dating 2
2
boyfriends.
dudes, yeah.
It is probably more rare.
Yeah,
I
it's
do
more
know
rare,
a lot
right?
of women who
Yeah.
are polyamorous who are also pansexual, so they date in the queer community and they date someone heterosexual.
Okay.
That's part of that toxic masculinity that we're trying to break down. So maybe in 10 years, there will be a lot of 2 boyfriends.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to get to. It's just a mess. I'm sure. What? Just 2 dicks at all times? 2 dicks at all times? With one girl? She's tired. She's tired.
Oh my God, I wasn't
Give
even
her
thinking
a
about it
break.
sexually. I was thinking about it the way that these people's
Oh
relationships
no, they can.
I was like, I don't know if those.
No, they
four
both
personalities
cook.
go
They
together.
both cook. They're good dudes. They both cook.
Oh,
They're
okay.
They both clean. They're good. They're good fucking dudes. She
It's-
works hard.
it's
She
like-
makes all the money. But I'm just saying, she makes all the money. She works her ass off. Comes home to 2 dicks. Tiring. Okay, go to sleep. Shit.
I actually think this could be like an NBC 3-camera sitcom. Like
Three's Company.
it's like Three's Company was a throuple. They also had to have relationship conversations about, listen, Chrissy, this is what you are. I think everybody kind of likes Chrissy a little more because Chrissy's hot. Chrissy's way hotter than the other two. John Ritter's the guy. Like that obviously happens in thruples, right?
I love this. This is great.
I'm asking like to do.
All
Like,
things exist.
Yeah.
All things
it sounds
are possible.
so complicated the whole time.
It's only complicated because it's new. Like if again, your life is complicated to me if I didn't take the time to listen and understand you. But
That's what this show is about.
it really is.
It really is. No bullshit.
Yes.
It's just about like understanding that at the end of the day, we may not all agree, but it's about listening to one another and trying to understand at least, and being like, all right, I get why you fucking racist and shit.
But we also
I don't like it, but I get it, motherfucker. Your uncle that raised you was racist. That makes sense.
We had David Duke on the show. We were like, okay. Anyway, you want to smoke anymore?
All right, this is a random question me and Chris kind of went over earlier. Is there a such thing as someone being out of your league, or is that just in your head?
I think that's just in your head.
Okay.
I think
Depending on what you look like, but probably. I think it can be in your head.
it is probably in your head because there's too many. Everybody's league is a little bit different, right? Like what I might prioritize.
Oh, you're using the term out of your league very. I like it.
Wait.
I like it. I've never thought of like out of your league. I thought we were all in one big league. And you're like, no, out of your league. No, that person's not out of your league. Your league also stops at $70,000 a year. So, sorry to tell you, he's not out of your league. He's right in your. That is crazy.
Wait,
you're
I want you to
brilliant.
explain
I feel
it.
like we
Fucking
agree.
brilliant.
I don't know if that's
Fucking
true.
Brilliant.
Explain what you're saying.
I don't
Like,
know.
Fucking brilliant.
I don't
I
want
haven't-
to talk because
I
I don't
don't-
want to shatter whatever he's built up in his head that we agree on right now. Whatever I have solidified in his mind, I don't know if I want to like dispel that.
Okay,
So,
I may
No.
be completely wrong, but please speak on it.
I believe that your criteria, like the 5 most important things for you in partnership, are different from your 5 most important things. And so
So you're saying they're different sports
They're
altogether?
different leagues.
No,
we
she's
agree.
not just saying maybe his game is baseball and and she's a AAA and I'm a AA.
Keep talking.
And she's saying that like maybe that person doesn't play baseball.
I'm not really good at the sports reference. So I feel like the answer is yes, but I'm not.
You're redefining league as like above and below versus how people connect, correct?
Well, like, look, if I am somebody who's an immigrant to this country, and a really massive component for me for creating a partnership is citizenship. So in my top 5 priorities in partnership, somebody who's going to give me a visa is massively important. That person's looks probably isn't very high on that list. And so you might be perfectly within my league, but you won't know until you ask what it is that matters to me in a partnership. So that's what I'm saying. Like, there is no such thing as leagues because everybody has got different criteria for what's going to make a star player. I tried for a sports
No, I
analogy.
liked
I really
it.
did my best there.
No, that was good. Now I want to understand what the fuck he was saying.
Yeah. It's like, what's
When
said
he worked in
70,000, I was like,
70,000.
what's happening?
Analogy.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
so
what I
sorry.
was gonna-
I'm so sorry. Hey, Sterling, what the fuck were you talking about?
Oh shit. Oh y'all. Okay, so when I left, y'all was talking shit about me.
No.
So what I said was like I said everybody's league is different. And I said that somebody may be like, oh, my league, is he out of my league? But what is your league? Like, where does your league start and end? What checks boxes for you?
Yes.
I said, like, if someone is like, oh, I just want a man that I wish my dream man would make $70,000 a year, then you might be like, oh shit, he makes 100. I like him.
Yes.
Is he out of my league? Because you've already told yourself in your head, like, in whatever world you live
Actually,
in.
he did understand you completely.
Yeah. We just didn't understand
Oh
him.
no,
Yeah.
y'all, you know I'm out here, man. I'm out
So
here,
he,
you know
that
what I'm
that
saying?
understanding
exactly it.
orgasm
That's to a
still
T.
happens.
Yes.
I'm a people person, man. You know, in my head, I think I'm a sexologist. I'm gonna just give you a heads up. I'm not at all, but I like to think to myself that I am.
I feel like everybody should have some type of feeling that, like, nah, I know what I'm talking about when it comes to sex and relationships.
You should.
You
should
should.
be confident.
Yeah.
Even if you're lying to yourself, be confident in that lie. Like, understand. You about to hurt yourself doing that shit. Understand that, like, yeah, no, it's shit that I told myself maybe in my first relationship when I first understood sex that I was like, oh yeah, I know what I'm doing. And then my partner may tell me like, no, you don't, motherfucker. This is it. And then you're like, oh shit, I'm a kid. I don't know what I'm doing. I thought I knew what I was doing, but actually I'm still learning the female body. And I think that with every partner, that's your job, is to try to learn more about the female body. I feel that way, at least. Like whenever I'm exploring the female body, I feel like I know a lot, but then I'm like, whatever, teach me whatever.
Do you have a pro tip for your audience?
Ooh, a pro tip as far as what are we talking?
Anything sexual.
Anything sexual.
It doesn't have to be across the board. It could be like
I think just
60%.
I said this already earlier on Chris's Instagram story, but I think enjoy it. Truly enjoy it.
That's not a good pro tip.
It is a pro tip. I think that like that's the key to everything in sex. I think if you want to suck dick, don't suck dick for me. Suck dick because you enjoy it. Suck dick because this is what you want to do, and that's gonna make my dick sucking experience amazing. Is because I truly can look at you and be like, damn, she loved doing this. If I'm eating pussy, I'm gonna let you know.
Even if she's using no hand,
no hands, no
just
nothing.
mouth.
So don't say it's not a pro tip. It was a pro tip.
And they're doing it from the side. So their tongue is hitting the side of your shaft. But they're enjoying it.
It don't matter. If I look at her and I can see that she's enjoying my dick, it's harder now. Oh, okay. You like that. You like that? Okay.
I feel like focus on the other. I love focusing on the other person because I think if you're really focused on the other person, and at some points you're gonna focus on your fucking self. Usually towards the end. But if you're focusing on the other person the entire time and what they want, and you have that extreme focus within each other,
be a pleaser.
That's the best sex I've ever had. Is when both of you are like, and that is focusing on the other person, doing what they want, asking what they want, like checking in with how they're feeling. Like that is focusing on the other person. Both of you are focusing on each other, then you're gonna have great sex.
I'll be honest. Sometimes the first time around, I just gotta put on my show. You know, my little show. I got my little show, you know, where the lights at. where the fireworks. I got to put on my little show the first time around just to be like, nah, I know how to fuck. And then from there, I'm like, it don't even matter, baby girl. We established that I could do this at a high level. This doesn't matter.
Yes.
We're both just here to come really quick and we can go home. This is fine. But I don't know how to put on that show no more. You know I had that.
Once in a while.
I did. Yeah, once in a while I'll be willing to prove it again when the Whispering Angel hit. That's what we're drinking right now tonight, if you didn't know.
That's what I wanted to get, because those were incredible pro tips, by the way.
What's your pro tip?
Well, I wanted from you guys like a specific thing that you have learned works based on the way your partners react. That is an unknown.
One specific thing.
I don't know.
Well,
if that's
I
just pro tips. I don't know if you're gonna enjoy them. You might be just shit on them some more. Like
I know I'm probably gonna like your pro tip. I liked your other pro tip. It was just a very like commonly known pro tip.
Yeah, but sometimes I don't know who will listen here.
Hey guys, my pro tip about sex is try to like the sex. Like it, because sex is good.
He said that though.
That's
No,
what I'm
he's
saying.
trying
It's about
I
making
get
fun
it.
of him. It's
I
not a
get
pro
it.
tip.
Funny.
It was like, hey, one of the best things that humans have known is one of the best things forever.
No.
You should like it.
No,
And it's like, yeah, that's
enjoy it.
easy.
No, a lot of women and men eat pussy or suck dick because they want that other individual to enjoy it. They're like, I'm doing this for you.
I understand what you're saying.
I don't want you to do this for
Okay.
me. Do this for you. That's what's gonna make this actually enjoyable. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, if I gotta go watch a movie because my girlfriend requested me to, all right, I'll watch this fucking movie. Or if I'm like, I want to see this movie, want to see this motherfucking movie, if you gonna be down there, and I'm gonna want to see this movie 100% if I'm down there. So all I'm saying is like, if that's my pro tip, is like enjoy what you're doing. Like be excited about it. Like if you're not, don't do it. Period. That's a pro tip. But I'll go back to the specifics now.
What do you think about that? If you don't do it. Like if you find out your partner's into something
Don't
that you're
half-ass
not
me,
into,
period.
what do you do? Or that you've never tried, let's say.
If you've never tried it before, I think you would, in the spirit of your partner, try. I think there's a balance to that. Like love languages, for example. You and me may have different love languages. In order to effectively partner with you, I have to speak yours, even if it's different from mine. So I think with sex, there does have to be some compromises of because a part of enjoying it could be, maybe I personally don't like it, but I love the way that you react to it.
100%.
So I enjoy it based on that.
100%.
So I still find an angle where I can engage with it. If not, once again, that's what polyamory and open relationships are for. If we really cannot agree on a way of partnering sexually, but we have an amazing partnership, that might be something where I'm like, I really can't get down with the cutting. That's not my thing. So that might be for someone else.
Why do you always throw out some shit that you know we don't know
I want
about,
you to keep
and
on
you
just doing
keep
that.
fucking talking like it's normal. I might not get down with the cutting. The stabbing in my fucking
They've been
throat
really great specifics.
this week has been a lot. What does cutting mean?
It's making small cuts on someone's
I thought
genitals.
on
Yeah.
their genitals.
Oh,
Yeah.
Who are you talking to on a day-to-day basis? Some wild motherfuckers.
how do you get to
There's
that?
some freaky motherfuckers.
I feel like once again, I feel like it takes so much time to be like. Do you instantly know you're into cutting, or like do you need to get into a cutting community? How does somebody find out they're into
cutting
cutting?
You might watch the
How do
cutting
you
video.
find out you're into
There's
cutting?
a cutting video.
Oh,
Is
you
that-
might
What is this
watch-
cutting porn?
this
Porn.
legal?
Is that the good porn or the bad porn?
That sounds like negative porn.
That would be. It depends on
That
where
sounds
the
like
site
negative
is.
porn, bro.
I think where the site is, that could depend. For school, we had to have this course. It's called
Man,
sexual.
how can cutting your genitals ever be considered positive porn? I just want to know personally.
If there's two of us who it doesn't impinge on our health or our happiness, we both love it.
hate
Imagine we're both.
You have to answer every question right. Just fucking talk. Shit.
She
I
does
just wanna
nail it. I
fucking
gotta
talk,
like it.
Shan. Shit.
Like imagine how happy
Maybe
you'd
when the
be.
camera's going, we can be friends. Fuck this shit. No, I get it. Of course I get it. I'm not stupid. I'm just like, come on. How could that ever be good? Who's like, oh man, dude.
She's not
I'm
trying to
into
kink
her.
shame on wine and weed. I understand.
Yeah, she's like,
But I am also like so specific.
yeah, like cutting my nuts.
You should read. There's the list of
I don't know
fetishes.
about anything.
I just want to
Let's-
find
That just hurt my nuts
my
by saying
league
it.
is 1, a guy who makes over $75,000. 2, a guy who likes cutting his nuts.
Yeah,
3,
this is crazy.
Small
families,
Small
chodes.
dicks.
I love a
oh.
chode.
Small dick. Yeah. This has been a great episode. A very weird episode.
I've really enjoyed it. It's interesting having like an expert on, really giving us new information as we get high. I think it's almost like I'm listening to a podcast, but I'm in the podcast.
We are in the podcast.
So do I even exist? Checkmate, Germany. Give me my money.
John, can we get a close up on the book as well
Oh, for sure.
as we exit off
Catch,
the
thank
show?
you.
The Game of Desire. That's Shan Boodram. Is it Boodram?
You did it. You did it. You did
Boodram.
great.
Yeah. Make sure you get this, man. Like Shan is out here. She's way too fucking correct for me, but I love her. She's amazing.
I learned a lot today, so thank you
No,
guys.
you're fucking. She's amazing. She's brilliant. She's beautiful. Make sure you get her book. Thank you so much for coming on the show. We're high at this time, and we're probably also a little drunk.
I'm doing well. It's Saturday night. We don't usually film on Saturday, so I'm feeling
don't.
really relaxed to be
You
like,
going out
cool,
tonight?
it's Saturday night. It's not like Monday, and I'm like, I've worked, yeah, I'm gonna go to a birthday party after
That's
this.
cool, man. You always do cool shit without me.
Shut the
What
fuck
was
up. I invited you earlier today.
What was the
to
word you
birthday
taught me
party.
today? I want to retain that.
Chode.
Chode.
You don't have to retain
I
that.
would like to.
I would like
If
to
you
make
don't want
maybe.
to. I don't think you should be.
I'm gonna try to make a
experiencing any
4-second
chodes in your
video
life.
out of that.
Out of chode.
What was the word you taught me?
chode?
Chode.
Chode.
That was actually
Me and my
that
future
was actually a
son.
really good video. I would love that video. Please get me that video. I'll use it at so many points points in my life.
What was the
Chode. Hilarious.
Chode.
Thank you so much. No bullshit. Like, thank you so much. Like, I haven't just reached out to someone and been like, hey, you should come on the show. And I thank you for being so warm and welcoming. And you're just great and you're amazing. And you really are an expert in your field. And I commend you for getting as far as you have. And I know you have so much further to go. Like, you're about to fucking murder the world. I can tell.
And next time we'll have Moscato.
We will.
You did
well,
this
we have
time.
Moscato.
But
It
from the
was
beginning,
wonderful.
from the
But like, I
beginning,
made
you know?
that shit happen, Chris. Don't shit on me.
Yeah, fuck yeah, Postmates.
That is all for this week. For John Ross, for Chris Reinecker, I'm Steelo Brim. This is CNN.
Zip it up.
And zip it out.
Camera's
That
cut.
was wonderful. Okay, what's your actual